Okay, hi everyone, I'm Oscar, nice to meet all of you. I'm one of the Academy trainers in Bettr Academy. I teach quite a lot of classes here in Bettr Academy, from tea classes to coffee classes to food hygiene and many more. I've been dabbling with tea for almost all my life. I seriously took tea classes probably 6 years ago. The main reason is actually to escape from coffee, right? To really set myself more grounded and to explore other beverages. In this episode of Sleep It Better, we're going to talk about all the categories of teas. You can see it right here. All teas, they all come from this plant called Camellia Sinensis. And often a lot of people like to associate things that ends with tea as teas. But are they really teas? So things like chamomile, things like chrysanthemum, things like hibiscus, we all call them teas. But one thing is, they don't come from this plant called Camellia Sinensis. Any tea leaves or any parts of Camellia Sinensis can be made into teas. And these are the 6 categories of teas right here in front of me. So over here we have green tea, white tea, oolong teas, black tea, yellow tea, and pu'er teas, which is also called dark teas. So for green tea, it's not oxidized. You can see the tea leaves are all green. It stays true to its natural characteristics in terms of its taste profile. But as tea leaves oxidize, it moves on to different oxidation levels. So we can see from here, we have white tea. White tea is lightly oxidized, around 10 to probably around 20% oxidation. For oolong teas, they kind of sit in between fully oxidized and non-oxidized. So this is around 25 to 85. Today, what we are using is actually a 25%. So it's a light green oolong as compared to dark oolong. So dark oolong will go somewhere similar to black tea, but not fully oxidized. Black tea, on the other hand, is fully oxidized, close to 95 to 100%. And over here below, we have our yellow tea and our pu'er tea. So yellow and pu'er tea, they don't go through oxidation. They mainly go through fermentation. So that's the difference between the tea leaves that's at the top versus the tea leaves that's at the bottom. So for yellow teas, it goes through sweltering process where it basically goes in and out on environments that has oxygen and with the absence of oxygen to kickstart the fermentation process. Most of the time, water is added over, but pu'er goes through around a 60 to 90 days of fermentation period. So that's the difference between all the different teas. Right, can anyone guess what tea is what tea? Right, so this is green tea. As you guys can see, the liquor is slightly more green. Right, it gives a bit more vegetal notes to nutty notes and some florals. This is a white tea. Looking at the color, this is more champagne-like, pale gold. A lot of florals, a lot of sweetness and honey notes. This is yellow. Yellow tea has a little bit more nuttiness, less vegetal, and color very similar to the white. This is a lightly oxidized oolong. Oolong has 25% to around 85% of oxidization level, and there's also oolong that's around like 15 as well, which is very close to green teas. So you can see that the color is kind of sitting in between. Black tea, on the other hand, is fully oxidized. So you can see the color can go anywhere from amber, gold, all the way to red. And that's why some people call black tea red tea. Last but not the least, this is pu'er, but this is actually sheng pu'er. Right, so sheng pu'er and shou pu'er is slightly different, and you will see colors that is similar to your black tea. If you guys want to find out more, please join us at our ESTA, European Specialty Tea Association courses such as the Camellia Sinensis Foundation, Botanical Foundation, and Tea Barista Foundation to find out more. Alright, see you guys!